Hey YouTubers, it's Origami Anime, and happy Halloween. In the spirits of the holiday, today's anime review is gonna be a scary anime, or something that I kinda consider scary. This anime is called Mirai Nikki, that translates to Future Diary. Seriously, this anime is not what you suspect by the mere cover or the name of it. You would think, oh, Future Diaries, it's gonna be some romance or anime. No, this is one of the scariest series I've ever seen. So let's get with the plot. The plot centers around Yukito Amana, the main protagonist of the series. And he's sort of a shut-in kind of kid that every day when he's at school or anything is always writing down on his cell phone what's happening around him, like a diary. And his only real friend is his imaginary friend that's called Deus Ex Machina. Later in the series, he realizes that Deus Ex Machina is not actually an imaginary friend, but he's the god of space and time, and tells him that he has a future diary. At first, he doesn't know what that meant, but the next day he notices that in his diary, everything has already been set and what's going to happen. For example, the first note says, you will hit a double bullseye at a certain time, and then he does it, and that happens. Later he realizes that he has a future diary and knows what's going to happen next. Quickly he takes advantage of this and tries to cheat on a test at school. But then he realizes that he is not the only person with a future diary, but 12 other people also have it. And Deus Machina actually has made this a contest where they're going to have to use their future diary to find each other and kill each other until there's one left, so that that person can become the god of space and time because Deus Machina is dying. And that's basically the plot. Now let's get into the characters. I'm only going to be talking about the three characters that, well, I felt the most. The first one is Yukito Amana, the main character. He's, like I said, a shut-in kind of kid, really shy, timid, not really strong, and is always dependent on others and not really active. And you can kind of get a vibe that he's really weak, and that's what he's practically like. The next character is Yuno Gasigi. She is the main protagonist, or the female. And seriously, she is one of the freaking scariest characters I've ever seen, because she is practically obsessed with Yuki. She is practically in love with him, is a stalker that you will never want to have, even if you wanted a stalker. Her future diary, she also has a future diary but unlike Yuki's diary that predicts what happens around him, her diary predicts what's going to happen to him, so she knows where he is at any time and becomes obsessed with him. She is constantly changing between a sweet and psychotic girl, because the first scene you ever see in this anime is her killing somebody. I mean, that is just freaking messed up. But this character is actually really important because during the whole series, Yuki and Yuno have to work together to survive until the very end. And Yuno is always protecting and keeping Yuki safe, but Yuki always starts to question himself, do I really want this? Do I want to be with her? And that. The next character is Deus Machina, the secondary character of the series, in where he's always playing a role in where he's always keeping the others hidden, and what I think he did wrong or like really made Yuki get scared is that he said one time all 13 of the guys that have future diaries were all together, and he said Yuki is the person I'm rooting for to win this. So that put a lot of pressure on him, and at the end, just seeing him die was kind of like a freaking shock. But this whole series centers around that. The battles, it's actually scary, like horror, psychological, and this anime, although it doesn't have much of a fan service, it's because it's really like unknown until now. But it's a really good anime, and you should really try seeing it. I'm sure you'll love it if you're into psychological or horror anime, and you'll be really creeped out by Yuno in any case.